I see you with that freshly cut. You just got
Thanks,
just
man.
got that
I
cut.
got it right just for the podcast. I'm
All
stoked.
right, perfect, perfect. All right, so we are live. Welcome everybody to the stream. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Hit that sub button, hit that like button. You know what to do. We are here with the one and only Seth Fowler. We're gonna react to some sneaker news, and then get to know Seth a little bit better. So first piece of sneaker news on the agenda is what we're calling the Lost and Found Air Jordan 1. Not the reimagined anymore. We see a new box on here. We see some new trinkets, an old school receipt. What are your thoughts on the name change and these little added features like the receipt and the paper?
It's clean, man. I like it. Dude, I'm a sucker for Jordan 1s and Chicago's as well. So, like, this is definitely a shoe I was looking forward to. I mean, I personally prefer just give us, like, an 85 Chicago and just call it a day. But I'm fine with this. Any Chicago I'll take. I like the storytelling, though. I will say that I like the storytelling. I could do without the cracked leather, but that's just my own personal preference. I think it's dope.
Yeah, I agree, and I love that box. I love the mix match box top. Gives you that aesthetic of missing the OG lid, and I think the name is cool, Lost and Found, and I'm happy they decided to, I guess, change it up, or maybe this was their original plan to begin with, and we just didn't know about it. But I think it's fire. Release date on this did get pushed back, correct? I believe to November 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so November 19th. So we should see this pair in November. And then the Air Jordan 2s also got pushed back to December 30th. So we're getting some shipment delays, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next piece of sneaker news is the new Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low. What are your thoughts on this Black Phantom and these laces? I wonder if these are the laces that are actually going to come with it or if someone customized it. What are your thoughts on these?
It's all right. I mean, it's just an all black Air Jordan 1 low. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not something I'm too stoked over, but I'm sure people will be into it. I mean, it'd be cool. Like, a lot of people wear black shoes to work, so it's cool. You can rock Travis's to work now. So that's kind of cool. But other than that, it's all right. I don't mind it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to grab it. I'm not going to pay resale for it.
Oh, no, I 100% agree with you. Out of all the Travis, out of all the sneakers, the 270s, the 6s, the 4s, even after the Air Jordan, I think he did a 33. Or he did one of those higher number ones. This is definitely last place for me. It's just a little too plain for me. You know, it's an all black sneaker. Obviously material is going to be crazy. Laces, I guess that's where they're getting their pop of color, or they're getting their specialness to it, adding different laces to it. We'll wait to see. This is rumored to come out December 15th. And I think people are actually going to go for it. Obviously, it's a Travis Scott shoe. But I think this one's probably going to resell for one of the lowest amounts. I don't think it's going to go for that 1,000 price point. I don't know. Depends on how many numbers. It depends on how many numbers. If it's super limited, but just based off of it being all black, I don't think it's going to be that sought after as much as the other ones. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Next piece of sneaker news, we have Private Selection. The Private Selection boys releasing a lot of limited sneakers right here. We have the Zion Williams Jordan 1 Low. A lot of cool details, different materials, different colors. What's your thoughts on this pair right here?
I love the color scheme. I love the browns and the greens. I love all the little, like, weird details, too. Dude, I'm definitely into it. I wonder when they're actually going to drop this. I thought it was supposed to... Actually, I just noticed it's got a backwards mini Nike swoosh on the toe, which is kind of wild. I never saw that before. It's cool. I really dig it.
Oh, I see it too. Yeah, okay, so they got the mini swoosh in the toe box right there. They got the Nike Air kind of upside down or inverted on the tongue. Got Zion on the back right there. Yeah, it's cool.
Dope.
Isn't there two pairs or a different shoe that's going along with this one? Or is it just this one? Do you know?
I think his Zion 2 is coming out in the same colorway. I'm not sure if it dropped already, though. I didn't keep track of it, to be honest with you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's dope that you pointed out that feature, the backward swoosh. Yeah, I like when Nike does little details, Jordan Brand does details like that. That's dope. That's really dope.
Yeah, I dig it.
Next piece of sneaker news right here. We got the Grinch cactus plant flea market. Kind of going with the same, I guess, midsole as that other cactus plant flea market, the one that never came out. I guess because the sizing was off. That's what I can compare it to. That midsole, big chunky midsole. What are your thoughts on this overgrown moss shoe?
I'm good on that. That one go. I mean, I get that they're doing it for, like, just to make a statement, but is it a statement that needs to be made? I don't know.
Yeah, hey, I agree, bro. This is a Nike Grinch shoe that could have been left in the concept. The best Grinch is obviously the Kobe 8, my opinion. Yep. But yeah, I don't know. I could definitely do it without this shoe. And the fact that they did the same midsole that they had on the previous Cactus Plant Flea Market one, that one that got canceled. I don't know. I wasn't too much of a fan of that other one to begin with, and then they add this long hair green feathers throughout. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Oh man, that's funny. So right here we have private selection. This is a little bit of older news, but I did want to get your thoughts on the Alma Air Jordan 4.
They're clean. I dig them. They're probably like they're. No, I do. I like them a lot. I'd say that they're up. They're like number 3. I think out of all the Alma Maniers. I think this one is I think for me it's like it's the 3s, then the 2, no, then the 1s, and then these. I really dig these. Actually no, I don't know. These are tied for 3rd and 4th. I don't know. I like them a lot. I didn't think I was gonna like them as much as I did because the colors, it's just kind of, it's not as exciting as the other ones, but it's still a dope shoe. And I'm sure once I get it in hand, if I get it in hand, it's gonna be fire.
Oh yeah, no, I think Alma Manier quality on their pairs are always good. As you can see by the insoles, we got quilted insoles. That's some designer level stuff right there. Quilted insoles. Leather is gonna be fire. It's a leather / suede, I think. This leather really does remind me of the Off-White Air Jordan 4. I don't know if it's just that cut in the sock lining, but that's what I'm seeing. Off-White Air Jordan 4. I think it's fire. Alma Manier has been killing it. Their colorways traditional with that maroonish, black and cream. So, they're gonna be keeping with that same narrative. I think it's fire. And as you know, private selection dropping the early pairs. They stay with the early heat, bro. Yeah. Last piece of sneaker news right here. We got the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. Was supposedly dropped this month of August, been pushed back to September 10th. I believe that is the date. What are your thoughts on the Fire Red Air Jordan 3?
I love it. I think it's awesome. It's an OG colorway, and you can't go wrong with it. I really dig it. I had a pair, and then I just sold it on a stream last night. I think I'm gonna grab another pair because I just love it. It's a great shoe.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. I agree. I need this pair, maybe even a double up of this pair.
Oh, true.
I love when they have Nike Air on the back. Obviously, they've been doing that a lot with all the retros, but this pair is fire, and I'm definitely going to need this pair. Let's say what's up to some of the people in the chat. We got top 7 in the building. Yes, sir. Let's go. We got Juan Guap. Let's go. My bad. What I missed? You didn't miss nothing, bro. We just started. We got Mike in the building, yo. Green Goblin Nuts. All right, that's the first one. I'm guessing that's for the Grinch ones right there. Everyone, don't forget to like the video. Yes, sir. I need that. Fire Reds need them. Yeah, Air Jordan 3 is probably my top. What are your top 3 Air Jordan models?
1s, 3s, and I guess 4s, but it goes back and forth between the 11s and the 4s. I just wear the 4s a lot more than I wear 11s, so I kind of always tend to go with the 4s.
Hey, you can't go wrong with any of those. I'm going to do 1, 3, and 6s. I know the 6 is a little bit more of a bulkier shoe, but I kind of rock the cankle, so my leg is kind of thick, so it doesn't look too bad on my feet, So I love the Jordan 6. That's fire. All right, so now that we got the sneaker news portion out of the way, let me stop streaming right here. Gotta hide this right there. Perfect. Move this. Let me move you on the screen so everybody can see it. Alrighty. Right here we have him, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't just a simulated voice. Seth Fowler's in the building. So this is the portion where we get to know you a little bit better. Obviously, you've been doing YouTube for quite some time, so a lot of people know about you. But maybe we'll get to know some things that we're gonna hear here for the first time. We got ACS sneakers in the building. 3, 4, 6s. Hey, that's not a bad lineup. Juan Guap, 3, 16, 13. Wow, not a lot of people are gonna go with 13s. 13s are fire. 4 is a grail. Yeah, 4s are definitely a go-to shoe. So we're gonna start off this live stream by just getting to know you a little bit better. So we're gonna start off with a basic question. Like what got you into sneakers? What was that first sneaker moment for you?
I think it was sort of a mix of things for me. So I loved playing basketball when I was younger, and that was definitely something that I was interested in sneakers. It wasn't the main thing for me at the time. It was mainly just playing basketball, and then I'd see people playing basketball in cool sneakers, and I'd watch people on TV. But the thing that really got me into buying shoes was back when I think it was 16. I was working at the Vans store in Maryland, and there was this DTLR right next to the Vans store, and I'd always see on Saturday, or I don't know, I forget what day. I think it was Saturday, and there would always be lines for sneakers, and I never knew what they were. And so I finally like went up to someone. I was like, "Yo, what are you guys waiting for?" And like, "Oh, the newest Jordans." It's like, "Oh, it's dope." So I started to go into DTLR and like check out the Jordans and be like, "Oh, these actually are really sick." And it started to tie together my love of sneakers from both the basketball side and just really appreciating the way that they looked and how cool they were and the sort of the fact that they were. I mean, they were the cool thing that everyone wanted. And I was like, "Ah, man, I gotta have one of these." And so it just kind of grew from there, and it hasn't stopped since. So now I'm 30. So.
Yeah, no, that's definitely how it is. You know, me growing up wanting sneakers. I started selling candy in school. That's how I first was able to afford my sneakers. 9th, 10th, 11th grade. Just buying beaters off the people in my neighborhood. Like, there's this one guy in my neighborhood, Nicholas Zamey. If you're on the stream right now, I appreciate you. You started this addiction. I bought a pair of Orlando Magic 7s off of him for about $80. They weren't in the best condition, but I mean, I cleaned them up, put some elbow grease into it, and I rocked those sneakers. I still have those sneakers in my collection to this day. So that's what started it all. A pair of Orlando Magic 7s for $80. Lofi in the building. What up, Seth? How are you, bro? Lofi wants to know. Seth, how are you, bro?
Chilling, man.
Chilling. Perfect.
What's up, Lofi?
Yeah, we got Lofi in the building. Lofi always comes through and shows love.
That's awesome.
So you have been on YouTube for quite a while. What started that YouTube?
Yeah.
And how did you link sneakers to YouTube? Did you start off doing sneakers in YouTube, or did you start off something else and it just blended together?
It was something else. I started back in like 20. No, it was probably. I started posting videos on stupid videos back in like 2005, 2006. But they weren't my own videos. I was just like reposting videos. And then when I found out about YouTube, I started just posting like stupid skits and stuff. Nothing that like ever did well at all. And then I dropped in 2007 a review. I just bought the Xbox 360 Elite, and so I dropped a review of the Xbox 360 Elite. And I was stoked on it. And then out of nowhere, that video blew up. It got like 300,000 views, and I was like, "This is crazy."
Wow.
But then after that, I kind of just stopped doing it because I don't know why. If I had kept doing that, maybe I could have been MKBHD. I don't know.
Yeah, you could have been a tech reviewer. You could have been.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Completely different. But for whatever reason, I stopped. And then it was years later because that was in high school. And then probably right after college in 2016 is when I started doing. Actually, it was 2 years. I had been working for 2 years. I'd been buying a lot of sneakers, and I, for some reason, just was like, you know what? Why don't I start? I was watching people like Tony D2 Wild and like Wear Testers and all those people, and I was just like, wow, that's something that's really cool to talk about something like sneakers on YouTube. So I figured I'd try it, and I got addicted to it. So I just kept doing it, and then eventually it took off, and then and then it turned into where it's at now, and now this is my full time. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know how to see that grind. How you started off with that tech and then you led into sneakers. And I know you do have a channel, I believe, about tech. I think so. Yeah, right. You do have a little bit of gaming. So he's going back to his roots, y'all. Make sure y'all show him some love. Let's see. ACS Sneakers. Seth and Tim were both big inspirations behind me starting my own sneaker YouTube channel. Huge shout out to both of you. Hey, thank you, bro.
Yes, shout out to you, man.
Thank you. That's the homie over in the UK.
That's awesome.
He's super dope. He's super dope, and his collection is fire as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, what? How many pairs are in your collection right now? You don't have to give me a full number, maybe a ballpark number.
Ballpark, probably. I've really cut it down a lot. It's down to, it was over 100 earlier this year. What I do is I go through like phases where I'll buy a bunch and then I'll be like, this is dumb, I don't need this many, and then I'll just cut back. Like I'll sell like 50 and then I'll buy more. And I just went through one of those like small, it wasn't a huge cutting phase, but it was cutting a little bit. So I'm down to like, I think 80 something, which is still probably more than anyone needs, but at the same time it's a lot less than I had before. So I'm trying to cut a little bit more just because I feel like if I'm not going to wear the shoes, or if they're shoes that I've only worn once or twice, what's the point of having them if I'm not going to wear them? I might as well, like, you know, trade them or sell them so that someone else can enjoy them and they're not just kind of rotting in my closet, because I'm trying to just wear everything, and if I can't wear it, then what's the point of having it? So. Oh
yeah, no, I can definitely relate to that. I kind of have my like at the door shoes, which is kind of like the problem. So like I cycle through like Air Max 1s, Yeezy foam runners. I'll wear like Nike slides out. I'm like, why am I wearing Nike slides when I have like 60 pairs right here, you know? So it's kind of difficult when you have those at the door shoes, because you just tend to throw those on.
Those are the ones. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, those are the ones that you tend to wear. You have the most wears out of. Like right now with foam runners, that's what I've been buying. I have the Onyx. I think the awesome. Sand, MX Sand, because I've been wearing the hell out of those.
Yeah,
And
they're great, man. I love them.
yeah, they're super cozy. They look good on your feet. People are either looking at your shoes, liking them, or talking crap about them. So, but either way, they're looking at your feet, and I think that's kind of like the main thing, like a sneakerhead wants, is like the attention straight to their feet. So, Kanye definitely did do that. Speaking of foam runners, out of the foam runners and Crocs, I know you've reviewed both of them. What are you leaning towards more? Are you liking the Salehi Bembury Crocs more, the foam runners, the slides? What are you rocking?
I'm wearing the slides the most out of everything. But I think between the two, it would have to be. I think I like the foam runners a little bit more because they're a little bit more comfortable overall. They're like softer underfoot. The Crocs are dope though, and I really, really like Salehi Bembury's touches that he put on the Crocs. I think if I had to choose one to wear, like for good, it would probably be the foam runners. But the Crocs are like a close second. It's a real tight. If I had to pick between those and the slides, I'd probably go with the slides just because they're so easy to throw on. Like, it's ridiculous. And those are my door shoes. I have them literally at both my front door and my back door and my bedroom door. And I just wear them whenever I leave the house. I just throw those on. Whichever color is at that door is the color that I'm wearing out the house. So.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, that's how we do it at Sneakerheads, bro. We got 80 pairs upstairs, but we're wearing Crocs or slides out the door. So besides those, what is your rotation looking like? I know New Balance is probably the most popping brand right now. What is your daily 3 to 4 day rotation besides, slides or Crocs or whatever?
Recently, it's been it has been New Balances. It's been the New Balance, the 990 V3s, those Teddy Santis ones, the red ones that just came out.
Okay.
But I've been wearing the Yeezy 350 Turtle Doves a lot, the ones that just came in. I've been wearing those a bunch.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What else? I've been wearing the Jordan 1 Unions.
Were you able to hit the Turtle Doves for retail, or no, you had to pay resale for them?
No, I had to pay resale for them.
Oh, yeah. I missed out. I missed out on it. I was checking my phone every 20 minutes or so.
I know, me
but
too.
then I got locked in on work for like 45 minutes. Who wants to get locked in on work? Come on, like who really? I got locked in on work, and that was literally the 45-minute break when they dropped them. So just my luck. I did want to ask you a question about the Turtle Doves because I did have a question about them. Is the midsole painted or is it a white rubber so it doesn't come off?
I think it's a white rubber, but I'm not 100% sure. I tried to scrape at it a little bit to see if any paint would come off, but like I haven't had an original pair of Turtle Doves really ever that wasn't repainted, so I don't know. From what I can tell, I think it's white rubber, but I'm not 100% sure. I just know that everyone, like I know for the Pirate Blacks, like that the paint would come off real easy, but I think that it is white rubber, but I haven't heard anyone else talk about it, so I don't know. And until I wear these down, I have no idea. I've been wondering the same exact thing.
Yeah, I was wondering. Oh my, what's up? We just got a $19.99 donation from 7top7. Oh my god. Love to see Seth on the stream. Keep grinding. You're going to the top. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh wow. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Lofi saying, I'm hearing about the Foam Runner highs. The highs look ugly. Foam Runner highs.
I've never heard of those.
Yeah, the only thing about foam runners I've been seeing is that Yeezy mask. I don't know if you saw it. The concept for the Yeezy mask. That's
pretty cool. I would never wear it, but it's a cool concept.
Juan Guap wants to know, Seth, do you normally have a rotation for the week or just pull them out of the box? Like, are you meticulous about it? Like, are you thinking about it, or are you just rocking it?
I usually just rock whatever. It depends on like. Usually what I'll do is I'll just throw on, like I don't have a lot of outfits. I usually just wear like a t-shirt and shorts or like a hoodie and jeans. And so whatever colors I'm wearing, I usually am just like, okay, I'll pick something that kind of matches those colors. And what I've been trying to do more, like I was saying, is like wear a lot of the stuff that I haven't worn a lot. So if there's a pair of sneakers that I've been thinking about that I just haven't worn at all, I'll just try and throw it on something just like, for example, I have those Fire Red 4s from 2 years ago or whatever, and I've worn them like once for whatever reason. I don't know why, because they're sick.
Yeah.
And so I saw that I hadn't worn them. I'm like, you know what? I'll just wear these for a week. And so I just wore them for a week, and that's sort of the way I've been doing. I'm trying to just wear everything so that at least if I get rid of the pair of shoes, at least I know that I got some enjoyment out of it.
No, yeah, and Firebird 4, that is a shoe that I slept on. I was contemplating on getting it, but at the time I was like, do I really need it? And right. I'm kind of pissed that I missed out on it because prices have gone up a little bit. Not too high, but not something I want to pay resale for. So I guess I got to wait for the next retro in 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
ACS Sneaker says thoughts on the New Balance 9060. So they have the Joe Freshgood pair, and then I think they had a general 9060. The Joe Freshgood pair I think is dope. I like that pink gum bottom. It kind of looks like a piece of bubble gum kind of stuck, like taking over the shoe, which I think is cool. What are your thoughts on it?
I dig them. I really dig them. I especially like the Joe Freshgoods, but the regular ones are good too. I had a pair of those. I really like them. I just traded for a pair of the Joe Freshgood ones because I didn't have them yet, so I'm excited to get those in. But they're fire.
Yeah, and it's that chunky midsole. So, and New Balance is gonna be comfy. It's gonna be comfy.
That's true.
That's funny.
True. It's hard to find a pair of New Balances that aren't comfy. There's a couple out there, but it's hard to find them.
Yeah, exactly. Like the 2002R, the protection pack, and the Salehi Bembries are fire. 550s in any of the colors, whether it's the ALD or just the base ones. And then you have, 9060 right now, and then all of the other ones, the Teddy Sanchez pair, fire. New Balances coming up. Speaking of New Balance, what are your thoughts on New Balance? Is it the next brand up? Is it number 2 in the sneaker game right now? Because I consider Nike and Jordan brand as one. So is it the next top brand?
I mean, from the numbers that I've heard, I think Skechers. Is number 2, which sucks, but that's what most people buy. I think Adidas was up there, but with Kanye saying all that stuff about how Yeezys are 68% of Adidas' sales, that really surprised me. And I don't know if that number's true or not, but I think they could be. I mean, New Balance is making really big moves in the basketball market, and I think in the running market, New Balances have always been pretty big. And I think it's one of those brands that everyone knows. It's not always been hype, but now it's kind of like the new thing that people are into. And so I'm interested to see, if because like Adidas back in 2015 when the Ultra Boosts were going off and when Kanye first joined Adidas, they had this chance to just like blow things up, and they did. But recently things have kind of slowed down for them, it seems. So like I'm wondering if New Balance is going to try and do the same sort of thing, blow things up, and then try and just maintain, which is the hardest part, maintain the hype. So we'll see what happens, but I think they could be. I mean, realistically, I think Adidas is probably still outselling them, but who knows?
Yeah, because Adidas with the Ultra Boost, NMDs, you couldn't get a pair of NMDs or Ultra Boost in store. Pharrell Human Races were like the hottest sneaker, and then Kanye came on the scene. I mean, obviously he's been on the scene, but came with Adidas and blew that up. All this stuff, Kanye, not approving a Yeezy Day, ranting this, ranting that. Do you think Kanye would leave? And if he would leave, who would you like to see him go to?
Unless there's some crazy legal battle, I don't see him getting out of his Adidas contract. I think it goes to like 2026. But I think what's going to happen is I would love to see him go to Nike and see him do more stuff with Nike. But realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is that he's been building this like infrastructure behind the scenes with like some factories, and he's been making connections. He owns 100% of Yeezy. I wouldn't be surprised if he just makes Yeezy its own thing and just creates his own brand. I was actually going to do a video on it, but I literally just never did it, and I meant to. But I really think he's just going to go out and make his own brand. And whether if Adidas's contract ends up expiring or whatever, or he gets out of it, I'm sure that's exactly what he's going to do, because I think he's got the infrastructure now. He's got, it's going to be a lot smaller drops, but I think over time he could really blow it up, and I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's what he's going to do personally.
Yeah, do his own thing. Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that would be fire. Obviously, Nike would be a crazy thing for him to come back to. Everyone would be hoping for an Air Yeezy retro. I don't think that would happen, even if he would to go back to Nike. But with him making his own thing, do you think he's able to keep those? Obviously, he owns 100% of Yeezy, but those midsoles, aren't they Adidas midsoles? Like some of them are like early 90s. Would he have to do new midsoles? Or
he'd probably have to I don't think he could use any of the designs that he already has. I think he'd have to design a whole new line of sneakers.
Oh, wow.
And I think he's got. I mean, I don't know them personally, but I know people who are friends with, or who went to college with some of the designers at Yeezy. He's got a whole team of industrial designers there. He's got whole teams of people. So it's definitely something that he can do, and I think he has the income to actually make it happen. So, and I think the longer I'm sure he will. Like I said, I think he will probably stay at Adidas till 2026, and I think he's going to use that time to just continue building. And then after that, I'm sure he's going out on his own.
Yeah, that's definitely. I could definitely see that. He wants to do his own thing. He has his stuff with Gap, helps Balenciaga, this, that. This man does a lot of stuff, so I can definitely see his own thing. New Balance is on the way. Yes, sir. Menace to Society. New Balance is on the way. Gonna rock my Reeboks. Hey, Reeboks are classic. You know, K-Swiss, bro. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I love Skechers. You got some Skechers lovers in the building. Okay, Nike. But he's definitely gonna make his own shoe company. Yes, Menace, you do agree with us. Reebok is like Fila. Okay, so now we're getting some slander here. We're getting some Reebok, Skechers, Fila. Everyone's going crazy right now. Are Reebok still a thing? Wow. Okay. Yes, Reeboks are still a thing. That's funny. Next question on the agenda is, this is going to be a tough one right here. So you have your 80 pairs of shoes. You got to pick one pair out of it. Which pair are you grabbing? Just one.
Red ones, no question.
Red ones.
Yeah, I love those shoes. I could wear them every day. And they're not the most comfortable shoe in the world, but they look great. I wear them every day. Yeah.
Listen, that's not a bad shoe, OG colorway. I thought you would have gone with, this is just me thinking, you would have went with the Off-White, the Virgil signature one, just because like that was like unreplaceable. Like you can't get that shoe ever again. That's what that's what I would have grabbed that one.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah, that was fire. That pair is fire. I saw it on Trade Block. And I was thinking about making making an offer to you, but I know you said not trading this shoe. I was like, oh my god, this shoe is fire. Talk about that experience, how you were able to do that. You know?
Yeah, that was crazy. So that was there was back when right before Virgil was dropping the 10 collection, Nike was doing all these like activations where you could like they had raffles where you could sign up to try and like buy the shoes earlier, go to events. And there was one, all of them had been sold out, or not sold out, but they had all been like handed out to people, so there's no way to actually get them because people, you know, even back then the sneakers app was still just a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one left, I think it was on the Nike app, where not all the reservations were full, but the only way to enter was you had to write an essay about, you know, design or whatever, and like what you talked to Virgil about. So I was like, shoot, I'll try that because I'm literally a designer. I could do that. So I wrote the essay, sent it in,
Mm-hmm.
and then about a week later, I got an email back and it said your essay's been accepted. You're one of the 10 people that get to meet Virgil on this day. And I was like, no way. And at that point, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to buy the shoes or not. But so I went in. Virgil was there. On the first day I didn't get to meet him. What happened was he actually went over his time, so I had to wait till the second day. But because of that, I was able to go through. They told me I could buy the shoes. They didn't tell me which pair I could buy. I could just like they showed me a list of like the sneakers that are available, and I ranked which one I wanted the most, and then they'd bring out, you know, whichever one was closest to my size at the highest ranking.
Mm-hmm.
I ranked the Jordan 1s as number 1, and I got them. So I bought them, took them home, and then they said the next day I could come back and actually meet Virgil. So I brought the shoes back with me, thinking that maybe he would sign them. Because the way that it would work is you talk to him, and then you'd go buy the shoes. So because I was able to wait, or because they made me wait until the second day, I was able to actually have them signed, which is sick. So I talked to him, and then had him sign them. And it was really sick, man. It was a really crazy experience. And at that point, like I knew who he was, and I had followed Off-White, and I had followed Pyrex Vision and things like that. But I didn't realize he was going to become as influential as he became. And just getting to talk to him and just sort of pick his brain as to why he decided to do the collection that way. And then even ask him some advice about my own career and sort of the direction that I wanted to go was crazy. It was super, super cool. And it's one of those things that, you know, I'm always going to remember. And what's crazy, too, is like, I think at that point, I maybe had, I don't remember actually, 20 or 30,000 subscribers. And because I was able to drop that Air Jordan 1 Off-White review like a month early, that like literally catapulted, you know, me to my first 100,000 subscribers, because people like were watching that and were like, oh shoot, he's had some early reviews. And because I was living in New York at the time, you could get a lot of shoes like on the day of release because there was like a million sneaker stores.
Yeah.
And you just have to wait in line and you should be able to get pretty much everything. So I was able to drop like early sneaker reviews. So I definitely credit him a lot, not only with helping the channel grow, but just like giving me, you know, being a big inspiration to both my design career, but also just like just the YouTube career and the sneaker career. So
yeah, the sneakers in general. Virgil,
yeah,
pioneer, you know, with that stuff, and to have your pair say Air Fowler, that I think it's just fire. I think it's
crazy, man.
Fire.
It's so nuts.
So you were speaking about that was like one of the biggest videos that helped catapult your career. What was that feeling like, you know, like just getting your normal amount of views, whatever they were, and then to see that video climb, and then you check it the next day, and it climbed, and the next day, and then you saw your subscriber. Like, what were you feeling at that moment? Were you like, I can do this full time? Like, what was going through your mind at that point?
Stoked. I just wanted to see how far I could go, and I think at that point, like, I don't know. I didn't really have an end goal in mind. I was just kind of excited watching everything, all the numbers kind of grow, and it was crazy. And I honestly tried to milk it a little bit, like put out as many videos as I could on that topic.
Yeah.
Um, but no, dude, it was awesome, and it's one of the. I think at that point even too, like I was gaining, which is I think it was the fastest for me. But I've seen channels grow significantly faster. But at that point, I think I was growing like 1,000 subscribers a day, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was sick, man. It was really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a great experience.
No, yeah, that's a dope, and the fact that your essay won, is
Yeah, I know.
is fire, bro. Like that's like 1 in a million shot, So and
It really
you're
was.
you're able to hit. You were speaking about doing early pairs. Right now on TikTok, the rep community is super big. Are you ever afraid of buying an early pair and it being a rep, especially with all the stuff with StockX? Are you ever afraid of it?
I mean, kind of. What I'll do is I'll only buy pairs from places like Goat and StockX, and obviously, here's my thing with the StockX and Goat. Well, Goat less so, but I feel like with any company that's checking that many shoes throughout the day, you're gonna have some fall through the cracks,
Oh yeah.
and there's just nothing you can really do about it. And the thing that stinks about that is that well, for example, the way that I deal with it is if, for example, if I'm buying a pair of shoes early, I'll usually buy them from Goat because I use Goat's instant ship. And then when I end up selling the shoes, I'll end up reselling them through somewhere like eBay, which does authentications, or Goat or StockX, so that way, no matter what, it's been checked twice, which usually means that if it is something that's fake, then they'll catch it. So far, I haven't had a problem yet, and I'm hoping I won't. But yeah, it's something that has crossed my mind. But I think, worst case scenario, I get a pair of fake shoes. And then I try and sell them. Hopefully, the next place would catch it, and then I would just take the loss at that point. So
Yeah, or you could.
I'd reach out to the brand.
Yeah, you could reach out. You could reach out because even like Blake Yorbro, I don't know if you saw his video with his Tom Sachs. He wore them for 2 years and didn't even realize that they were fake, And then he tried to sell them. And then the fact that StockX, I was actually super surprised that StockX sent him his money back. Obviously, he presented all the proof and he gave him in a professional manner. He wasn't screaming at them. But the fact that they honored that after 2 years, like I don't know if it was his video or whatever, but it was crazy, right? The fact that he got his money back.
I missed that. I didn't even realize. I knew he got the recent Tom Sachs. Did he get the recent Tom Sachs from the actual the Nike program where you could test run them or whatever?
No, the Tom Sachs, I think he paid resale. I don't know where he got them from exactly, but I'm talking about the Mars Yard part 1.0 or the 2.0s or whatever, whichever the 2.0s.
That makes sense. Probably paid a couple thousand for those, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he paid a couple thousand for them, wore them for 2 years. Then he said that he needed the money, so he tried to sell them. And then when he tried to sell them, whatever site told him that they were fake. So that he went back to StockX where he bought them from, presented all the information, said that Goat said they were fake, and that he actually, in the video, he says he actually got his money back, which is crazy that after 2 years he was able to do that.
For them, I mean, I feel like they're in damage control mode, so
they're trying to fix all these things, yeah.
Exactly, but good. I mean, good on them. I've never really had a problem. StockX has never done me dirty, so I can't really say anything bad about them. But I will say I have had in the past problems with Goat. Not that they sent me fake sneakers, but one time they sent me the wrong size, and another time the person just never shipped the shoes. And both times it was a great experience. They refunded me almost right away. So I haven't had any issues. And like I said, I've never dealt with StockX's customer service because I've never had a problem. So I don't know what theirs is like, but I've heard mixed things. But the fact that they did that is great. That's good on them. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good on them. That's definitely, gives us more leeway and comfort to trust their product. I haven't had any problems with StockX and Goat. I have used both of their platforms. Goat, well, let me take that back. Goat, kind of. I bought a pair of used LeBron 8s. And the condition wasn't fully true what the condition was. So since they were a used shoe, they said that they couldn't refund me. They gave me a $10 credit. I mean, the shoe was only $80. I did buy the Christmas LeBron 8s, but the midsole was completely off on there, and there was nothing in the description that said sole separation or anything like that. And in the picture, obviously he wasn't holding it up, so the midsole wasn't flapping. But I told him, I was like, yo, there's no midsole. I can't wear these. It's coming off. They're like, we'll give you $10. But other than that, they've been pretty, good with shipping, making sure everything's legit. So I definitely do rock with both of them. I gotta use eBay. I haven't used eBay. I know eBay has been really good. Yeah, right. eBay is clutch.
Yeah. I love eBay. Yeah, it's been really good. And the nice thing about eBay too is that you can really it's easier to see the images on like my laptop computer screen than going on my phone on Goat or something and looking at used images. And so far, eBay's been the fastest for me. For every place that I've bought stuff from, whenever I'm not buying something instant ship. And I've been using eBay since like 2004. So I've just even before they had their authentication, I was still buying and selling sneakers on there. Not a lot, definitely way less than Goat and StockX. But now that they have the authentication, it's like a whole new ball game. They're killing it. I dig them. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's read some of the chat really quick. Let's catch up on that. As long as Kanye takes Steven Smith with him, he's already winning. Yes, sir. Tim, let me borrow $20. Hey, listen, that YouTube's gonna take their percentage of it, so you can borrow whatever after the YouTube percentage. That's the 20 right now. Let me see the shoes. I have nothing on feet right now. Do you have anything on feet? No, nothing on feet. I was thinking about wearing, because I do have a pair of Apothecary socks, and when we did do that, I was gonna pull them out, but I have them upstairs. But I do have, shout out to Apothecary, I do have a pair. Oh man.
Your dress after this, and I'll send you out some more pairs.
Okay, perfect, bro. Thank you, bro.
Oh yeah, man.
Matter of fact, ship them the way the monitor ain't clean enough. Wow, okay. Virgil changed streetwear fashion. Yes, he did. We got Krob in the building. What's up? And Specs in the building. What's up? Let's get back to some of these questions. So I did want to go over. You said that the 1s, the 3s, and you said you go back between the 4 and 11s. If you could wear one of those models and all of the colorways for the rest of your life, I kind of think where you're gonna answer it, but which one would it be?
So for years I would have said the 1s, and I still think I'd say the 1s. But recently, man, like I've really
all the colorways.
Like all the color, yeah. See the 1s, there's so many different colorways with 1s. 3s, the thing about 3s is they're more comfortable, but like I'm not always in an elephant print mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can agree.
The 3s. Michael did more in the 3s than he did in the 1s. So I don't know, but I guess I'd have to go 1s. I'm just like in a 3. I just love 3s, so I'm just feeling 3s right now. But I think I'd have to go 1s.
Oh no, yeah, 3s. The only reason why I would go with 3s, me personally, is just because I feel like they're a little bit more versatile. Whether you want to wear them with like shorts, long pants, because that's the only shoe you can wear for the rest of your life, you know, and the kind of comfort, you know. I mean, I never had a problem with Jordan 1s. I know people say Jordan 1s aren't comfortable, but me personally, I don't know. I never really had a really big problem with them. So,
yeah, I mean, me neither. I mean, well, okay. Here's the question: could I wear Jordan 1 lows, or does it have to be just Jordan 1 highs?
Very true. Now you're getting into it. Okay, so now you got Jordan 1 lows and Jordan 1 mids, Jordan 1s.
And it's a definite Jordan 1, no question.
Yeah, it has to be, because that's the most. You have the low, mid, and the high. That's the only shoe that has all three. Because some pairs have the lows, but show the dogs. No, I'm not showing the feet. Hey, listen. Hey, I'm not showing the feet. Not for free, at least. You better donate for the feet. You feel me? Let's see. Literally, Goat shipping his ass. Okay, so you've had a bad experience with Goat. I can tell right there. But still love Goat. Yeah, I tend to use Goat more than StockX. But I really don't pay resale for sneakers. If I miss out on the release, I kind of miss out on it. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, that's the move. You know, I'm not gonna go out there and buy reps. Not trying to talk to the discussion, but I'm not gonna go buy reps. But I'm also not gonna pay resale on many pairs. I really have to want the pair, or if it's going for like $50, $100 over the retail price, I can understand it. Like, all right, but thousands, I haven't really spent thousands on one pair just yet. I've been blessed enough to hit for retail, like Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 highs, the OG pair. Off-white UNC 1s, retail, stuff like that, I get lucky sometimes.
That's dope.
We got ACS Sneakers with another question. Seth, any plans to get distribution network for the UK for the socks? They want socks over in the UK. You only ship in the US so far?
Well, so we do ship internationally, but shipping is like crazy expensive to any other country. So we've had unless you're buying 10 pairs of socks, the shipping doesn't always make sense. Like we've shipped there's someone in Saudi Arabia who buys like every drop, and he's paying like $80 in shipping, and it's crazy. But he keeps doing it, and so I think that eventually once we try and get a little bit bigger, that's something that we can look into. But we want to kind of work out, like we have an office, we have a distribution team currently in the U.S. But I think that's something that eventually, once we start like really growing overseas, we'll definitely look into. But for right now, we just don't have the resources to really, open a distribution center out there. But that's something that we want to do in the future for sure.
Hey, that's fire. Well, speaking about the socks, how did that kind of get started? We could touch on that a little bit,
So
Obviously, you're in the sneaker, so socks is a must.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That was kind of the thing. So I was talking to it was during COVID. I was talking to one of my friends from college, and we were just like we were playing. I think we were playing Fortnite, and we were like, "Dang, what's something that we could do?" Like he works at Comcast as an industrial designer, so he like knows manufacturing and things like that. And so we were trying to figure out something that we could do that we could like just have manufactured and then kind of sell. And I was like, well, if we do something with sneakers, it's something that I could sort of tie in with my YouTube channel. And we sort of landed on socks because he's actually done socks in the past. Like he back when the Yeezy 350s first came out, he made the like a pair of turtle dove socks that matched the 350s, and then it got reposted everywhere. And then a bunch of like companies, like those like Alibaba companies, kind of copied it. And started just producing it. He never produced it. He just posted a bunch of pictures online of his samples. And so we decided to try some socks. And we made, I think, an initial run of like 500 pairs. And we put them online not knowing how they were going to do. Like I assumed it was going to take a couple weeks for them to move. But we put them online. We did early access to people who signed up for the email. And it sold out before we even launched the store like the next day, which was crazy. And then, and I'd done merch in the past, but like it had never done well. So I just assumed that I just didn't like it wasn't something that people were going to be interested in. But I think socks is just such a perfect obviously for the community, it's like people are already into sneakers, it's another way to accessorize your sneakers, and it's something that honestly makes your sneakers more comfortable, because if you're wearing a good pair of socks, you can wear pretty much any pair of sneakers and it'll be a better feeling shoe than it was.
Yeah.
So we just kept doing that, and we've been growing ever since. And we've grown the team now. Like we've been doing it since 2020, June 2020, and now we've got 4 people on board full time, not full time, but like 4 people like actually as a major part of the company, and it's just growing, man. And we're doing drops now. We're doing drops every 2 weeks. I think 3 drops a month, and dude, the quantities are crazy now. I never expected it to grow the way that it did, and we're kind of expanding into hats and
I saw that. I saw the hat. You got the trucker hat, and then the collabs, with like Kai Somar and then Pierre and all of that stuff. So you're going crazy with a lot of people, and I think the socks are fire, bro. The socks are quality. So if you guys are looking for socks, man, you guys have to check out Apothecary, bro. Make sure you go show them some love. Was that initial drop your first pair? Were they white and black, or were they a design to them?
There was 4 pairs. There was a white and red with the Shin logo. There was There's a white and red. There was a white and black with the logo going down the side. There was a pink and black, and then there was, what was the 3rd one or the 4th one? Shoot, I don't remember. Maybe it was like a black and I don't remember what that. Shoot. Oh, I know what it was. Okay, so it was a white and red with the Shin logo that was like running across the front of the Shin, and then there was a pink and black with the Shin logo. Then there was a white and black with a long logo, and then there was a tan and black, because I really like tan socks.
And they go with a lot of stuff. Yeah. Those are
yeah.
No, yeah. And then, that Shin logo is fire. I think I've seen it with Adidas. They kind of, I seen Kanye wear the Adidas one. It was a soccer sock, I believe.
No,
which
I was bummed to see that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things that like we didn't at the time. We were just doing it because we thought it looked good. We didn't realize that it was like we weren't sure if it was a thing or not. I hadn't seen anything at that point, but then I started seeing more stuff. I was like, oh man. But yeah, no, dude, yeah, I love the way it looks because it peaks up. We measured it so it peak up just above the tongue of like Jordan 1s and Jordan 3s and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fire. Let's see. So we got a question right here. Juan Guap says, thoughts on mids. What are your thoughts on mids?
I don't mind them.
You don't mind them, right?
Fine.
It's basic, right?
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing crazy. I'm not gonna slander mids. I don't have any mids, but it's just you go into the store, Foot Locker, Finish Line. That's usually what they have in store. If you don't want to go grab a Team Jordan, at least you can get yourself a Jordan 1 mid. 17 days for shipping. Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'll be a little upset at go too. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Vincent Zoe in the building. Let's go, Tim. I see you, pimp. Yes, sir. Thank you for coming through, showing love. So we are at that 51-minute mark. We're about to be wrapping up. We usually go live for about an hour or so. I do want to touch on your hoodie right there, and I see that you have a Baltimore Ravens football in the background. So I'm guessing you're a Baltimore Ravens fan. Fun little fact: Lamar Jackson went to my high school. But he went to my high school my junior year, so I think he was his sophomore year. And he wanted to be a quarterback for Santa Lucia's high school. And I think the coach was like not having it, like, yo, you're not going to be a quarterback. So then he transferred to rival school, Boynton Beach High, which was like 2 streets down. And he lit it up for the Boynton Beach Tigers. And then his been history ever since. So my school messed up by letting him go, huh?
Yeah, they did. I'm trying to turn my camera so you can see it, but I got a signed Lamar Jackson jersey over there too. I got one in the studio too. Oh, dude, Lamar's the man.
Yeah,
He
Lamar.
deserves a ring. He needs a ring.
Hey, yeah, and the contract, bro. Like, what's up with that? Are they gonna sign on long term or what?
So I think they're kind of just so they gave him an offer. I just so he doesn't have an agent, so I don't know what he's doing. But I think what his plan is that he's planning to have a break, which you can't really plan for. But he's taking a risk. I think he thinks he's gonna have a breakout season this year, and they're gonna have to pay him crazy money next year. And
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that's the case. I mean, I hope it happens because the problem with Lamar is that like he's working on the arm. The arm's looking better. I mean, it's a decent arm. He's obviously an amazing quarterback when he runs it.
He looks bigger. He looks bigger.
Yeah,
he looks
he
big.
gained like 15 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's huge. The thing that scares me, and this is what scares every mobile quarterback or people who it's the injury thing. And like, yeah, he got injured last year, which sucked. And I don't think he's injury prone, but you never know. And the worst would be if he gets injured this year and doesn't get his money because he got injured because he wasn't willing to take a contract.
Yep.
So
That's a
hopefully it
risk.
doesn't backfire on him. I want the. You know what? Even if it's like. He's the kind of dude that I like so much that even if it's not for my team, I hope if he leaves the Ravens in 10 years and he didn't get a Super Bowl with us, I hope he gets a Super Bowl with someone else. Like he deserves it.
Oh,
The dude's awesome.
Oh no, I agree. Like OBJ is my favorite person of all time, and I'm a Giants fan. So
Yeah.
to be able to have my favorite player on my favorite
Yep.
team was amazing. And the
Yep.
day I heard the news that they traded him, I wanted to crawl into a ball and just live in that ball for the rest of my life. But then to see him go to the Rams, because forget about the Browns, because man, the Browns did him dirty, bro. Hey, this is not a sports podcast, but the Browns did him dirty. Baker Mayfield is not it, whatever. And to go to the Rams to see him get a ring, I was so excited, and I'm gonna support OBJ wherever he goes. So kind of like the same sentiment that you have for Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens were injured last year. What did they have? Like all of their whole starters were
Really
injured.
bad.
Like 30 people were like injured. So
Yep.
it was a wash.
We finished last in our division, but while Lamar Jackson wasn't injured, he did okay. And like if he hadn't been out the last 6 games, we would have won at least a couple of those games, and we wouldn't have been in last.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
like for the first what was it like 11 games of this season, we were looking decent. Like we weren't looking the best, but we were looking decent. And this year we've got a lot of people back. We traded some people, which didn't make sense, but
Yeah,
I'm
like
sure there's
Marquise
reasons
Brown
for it.
and stuff like that. I mean,
know.
but then he got a DUI with the Cardinals, so
know.
maybe they saw something rumble in there.
I hope that's the case. I mean, I hope there's obviously there's a reason why they're the ones who have the job, and I'm not the one who has that job.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, and even on their worst days where they make their worst decisions, it's still probably 10 times better than any decision that I could make. So
Yeah,
you gotta just trust the same thing with Phil. You gotta trust the process.
yeah, you gotta trust the process. Hey, listen, when the Giants GM traded OBJ, bro, I was ready to go up there and riot. I was ready to go up there like, yo, get this man out of here. I was so heartbroken. So I understand that your pain right there. Salehi Crocs versus foam runners. We went over that. We did choose foam runners, both of us. Salehi Crocs are fire, but
Fire.
we definitely did foam runners.
Yep.
I'll be in Baltimore to watch the Dolphins beat them.
Oh, dope.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. So that's some slander right there. This is my homie from high school, Vizo.
That's
You
dope.
know, he was basically one of the inspirations why I started getting into sneakers. You know, I was seeing his outfits, seeing him dress, and now he's going to almost every stadium in America, whether that is baseball, football, and basketball. And
That's
he's
so sick.
yeah, he's hit so many. And I'm on that same grind. I'm trying to hit all 3 in every state as well, or however many in each state. So
That's so sick. Oh,
Big
dude, that's something
inspiration.
I've always wanted to do. Dude, congrats to you guys. That's so dope.
yeah, I have a couple buddies that we're trying to do the same thing. We're trying to go to every stadium, whether that's basketball, baseball, and football. So we need to talk
Who's gonna be the
sports soon.
hardest?
What was that?
Like which sport do you think will be the hardest? Like do you think it's going to be football because there's the least amount of games?
Yeah, I would say football, and because football is the most expensive for me. You know,
Right.
like if I had unlimited money, then I would do it in 1 year. But
Right.
for
Well,
football,
that's funny because so here's a question because I was talking to a friend about this probably about a year ago. Is it possible to do it in 1 year because like there's so many games and so many different stadiums and they're all some of them are at the same time? Is it physically possible to do all the stadium like however many like 30 something stadiums or whatever in 1 year in one season? Like is that something that's doable for football?
it might be doable, but I would think that you would have to be some games you would have to probably leave that game and try to get on the jet for the night game of the other team. So you might have to do some double headers in between there. But I mean, I would see that as possible. You know, if you had a private jet, you know,
right,
and unlimited money. Because, bro, I was trying to go to the Titans game, and they were playing the Giants week 1,
right,
and tickets were like $300 because I don't really like to sit high up. I found tickets for like 150, but like good levels tickets are like $300, and you know it would be me, the wife, so that's $600 right there just in tickets. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to pass on that one because I definitely do want.
I think the most I ever paid for tickets for any game was like, I think it was $250 per ticket for me and my dad, because it was back when I was living in New York, and it was right after the Golden State Warriors had won with KD, I think the second time. And they were playing the Knicks at Madison Square Garden, and it was his birthday. And I was like, shoot, like, he likes basketball. I love basketball. Like,
that's the Mecca.
If you're going to go to any game, you got to see the best team in the league, and you got to see them at MSG. So I was like, you know what? $250 is a bunch. And we didn't even sit that. Like, we were pretty high up for $250.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah, because, like, you get sometimes, like, especially, like, for, like, playoffs and, like, Super Bowls and championship runs. Like, it'll be like $2,000 for like the nosebleeds. At that point, you might as well just watch it at your house, because what you gonna do? Look at the top of their heads?
Exactly, dude. I've had friends that went to the Super Bowl. Like, I had some friends that are Eagles fans that went to the Eagles Super Bowl. They bought tickets at the beginning of the season. I think it cost them all in probably $5 to $10 grand, including the hotels and stuff. But and they didn't even know. I mean, obviously, they didn't know that the Eagles were going to be in the Super Bowl. It was a long shot, but it ended up working out for them. And it's one of those things where it's like, sure, it was 10 grand, and I probably wouldn't have done it myself. But if you're like a diehard Eagles fan and you just happen to be at the one Super Bowl that they're at, it might be worth it just for the experience.
Oh yeah,
but man, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A new roof on a house. That's a new car.
Yeah, exactly. Just for, I mean, obviously it's the moment, so you know you never get that moment back. But yeah, it would be hard pressed to be like, the Giants are in the Super Bowl. It's in Atlanta. I have that 5,000. You know, like, it's not, you know, should I do it? Maybe not, but will I do it? Possibly. Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, we're at that hour mark right now. I appreciate you for coming on the stream.
Thank you for having me.
Last couple thoughts right here. Anything you want to talk about? Any questions you have? Anything you want to shout out? This is all your floor right here. Apothecary, your socials, all of that stuff right now.
Yeah, just well, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. You know, check me out on YouTube. My YouTube name is just Seth Fowler. Just search Seth Fowler Yeezy or something like that. It should pop up. But yeah, check out my socks if you guys want. Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it. This is great.
No,
this
yeah,
is awesome. I had a blast.
Yeah, this is dope. We definitely have to do another one. Maybe just sports. Definitely. Maybe just sports. Just talking sports, so we can do it. Man. But I appreciate you guys. If you guys did miss it, don't worry. I will re-upload it. If you guys are tuning in here late, it will be re-uploaded, so you guys can check it out and watch it. Like I said, we got 18 people up in here. I appreciate everybody that came through, showed love. Make sure to smash that like button, hit that sub button if you are new here. We are on the road to 2K subs, so I appreciate everybody. That's going to wrap up the stream. Steph, stick around just for a couple seconds, but